The Princess of Wales pledged herself to serve her country and her people, and to maintain the precious principles of constitutional government which lie at the heart of our nation. She set an example of selfless duty, a different future, full of hope for all people.
In a stunning and wholly unanticipated maneuver that absolutely no one in the royal circles or beyond could have predicted or foreseen, His Majesty King Charles III has officially proclaimed and decreed that Catherine, the Princess of Wales, will now step into a position of substantial and far-reaching control over the intricate web of royal affairs, effectively seizing the reins of power and influence from behind the majestic throne itself. Concurrently, the role of Queen Camilla has undergone a drastic and unprecedented reduction in scope and authority, systematically stripping away the real operational power associated with her esteemed title, and consigning her to the status of a purely ceremonial figurehead, one whose duties are now largely symbolic and devoid of substantive decision-making capacity. This monumental and earth-shattering shift within the established hierarchy of the royal family has ignited a flurry of hushed conversations and speculative whispers about the dawn of an entirely new epoch for the historic House of Windsor, an era in which Catherine's growing and transformative influence is destined to fundamentally redefine and reshape the future direction, relevance, and public perception of the monarchy as a whole. What exactly were the underlying factors, motivations, and circumstances that precipitated this breathtaking and bold decision by the king? And what broader ramifications and consequences does this hold for the stability, dynamics, and long-term viability of the royal family unit? Remain engaged with our coverage as we meticulously unpack and delve deeply into every facet of this extraordinary and captivating story unfolding before us. Moreover, do not miss out on continuing to explore further for even more astonishing and jaw-dropping revelations from the world of royalty that are sure to leave you astounded. The formal announcement, delivered via a meticulously and thoughtfully worded official statement released directly from the grandeur of Buckingham Palace, undeniably signifies a critical and historic turning point in the annals of modern royal history, one that will be studied and referenced for generations to come. While King Charles III retains his position as the undisputed reigning monarch and head of state, reliable sources positioned very close to the inner workings of the palace have disclosed in confidence that Catherine has been bestowed with an extraordinary and unprecedented level of authority over a wide array of pivotal decisions, encompassing everything from the scheduling and execution of high-profile public engagements to the formulation and implementation of long-term strategic initiatives designed to carefully craft and enhance the monarchy's international image, reputation, and global standing. This strategic maneuver, which insiders have aptly described as a subtle yet profound revolution occurring quietly behind the scenes, firmly establishes Catherine in the role of the de facto powerhouse operating in the shadows of the throne, a position of behind-the-scenes dominance that has been exceedingly rare and almost unparalleled throughout the monarchy's long and storied past, filled with triumphs, scandals, and evolutions. The timing of this decision is particularly noteworthy, as it arrives amidst a highly turbulent and challenging period for the entire royal family, marked by personal trials and external pressures. With King Charles personally grappling with ongoing health challenges that have required medical attention and recovery time, compounded by escalating geopolitical tensions on the world stage, including the controversial and provocative statements made by United States President Donald Trump regarding the sovereignty and independence of Canada, Catherine's prominent rise to power transcends mere symbolism and emerges as a pragmatic and forward-thinking response to these multifaceted crises. Aides and staff members within the palace walls have confirmed without hesitation that Catherine has been methodically and discreetly preparing herself for this elevated role over the course of many years. astutely leveraging her innate poise, composure under pressure, immense public appeal and charisma, as well as her finely honed diplomatic skills and acumen to steadily build and consolidate her influence within the institution. Her impressive track record includes dedicated work on vital causes such as early childhood development and education, alongside her expert and deft handling of numerous public appearances and media interactions, all of which have collectively earned her the unwavering trust and admiration of both King Charles himself and the broader British public, who have come to see her as a relatable and inspiring figure. One particularly senior aide, speaking on condition of anonymity, offered a profound insight by stating, "She is far more than just a princess by title. She is a masterful strategist who possesses a deep and intuitive understanding of the monarchy's evolving place and role in a world that is changing at an unprecedented rapid pace, where traditions must adapt to survive." This transformative shift unequivocally signals a courageous and innovative new direction for the monarchy, one that deliberately places a premium on modernity, accessibility, and relatability to contemporary audiences, often at the expense of rigidly adhering to age-old traditions that may no longer resonate as strongly in today's society. Perhaps the single most shocking and headline-grabbing element of this entire announcement is the drastic and unequivocal reduction in the status and influence of Queen Camilla, a development that has sent ripples of surprise through royal circles. Once regarded as a central and indispensable figure in the day-to-day operations and public face of King Charles's reign, Camilla has now been systematically stripped of her operational authority and decision-making powers, effectively leaving her in the position of a figurehead with only limited and peripheral influence on royal matters. According to well-placed sources, this decisive action was primarily motivated by King Charles's overarching desire to streamline and modernize the monarchy's structure, making it more efficient and responsive, while also directly addressing lingering public sentiments that have historically been lukewarm, if not outright cool, toward Camilla, largely due to her well-documented historical association with the marital strife and heartbreak surrounding the late Princess Diana, an icon whose memory still evokes strong emotions among many. Despite this demotion, Camilla does retain her formal title as Queen Consort, ensuring a degree of continuity in nomenclature, but her day-to-day role has been redefined to be predominantly ceremonial in nature, confined mostly to attending public appearances, ribbon cuttings, and maintaining her patronages with various charitable organizations. This controversial move has inevitably sparked a wave of debate and discussion among royal watchers and commentators, who are quick to acknowledge that Camilla's personal contributions over the years, particularly her tireless advocacy and impactful work on issues such as literacy promotion, reading initiatives, and raising awareness about domestic violence and abuse, have been genuinely significant and deserving of recognition, having positively affected countless lives. Nevertheless, the palace's firm decision underscores a pragmatic and calculated choice to pivot toward prioritizing a younger, more dynamically appealing and universally admired figure in the form of Catherine, whose fresh energy and broad popularity can inject new vitality into the institution. One anonymous insider provided a candid glimpse into the process, revealing, "Camilla was personally informed of the impending change several weeks in advance of the public announcement. She has gracefully accepted the new reality, though it is undoubtedly a bitter and difficult pill for her to swallow, given her years of dedicated service." The public's reaction to this news has been decidedly mixed and polarized, with a significant portion of people applauding the renewed focus on Catherine's emerging leadership qualities and potential, while others express genuine sympathy and concern for Camilla's sudden sidelining and the perceived undervaluation of her efforts. Catherine's remarkable ascent to this position of power serves as a textbook example of how subtle and understated influence can be wielded effectively over time, building momentum gradually without overt displays of ambition. In stark contrast to the dramatic and often confrontational power grabs that have characterized some historical shifts within monarchies. Her rise has been characterized by consistent, quiet competence, profound professionalism, and an unwavering sense of dedication to duty that has won over skeptics and supporters alike. Individuals who are intimately familiar with the inner dynamics of the royal family describe her as an exceptionally meticulous planner and forward thinker, someone who possesses the foresight to anticipate potential challenges well in advance and the grace to navigate them with elegance, poise, and minimal disruption. Her extraordinary ability to forge meaningful and authentic connections with a wide spectrum of people, from high-level world leaders and diplomats to everyday citizens from all walks of life, has proven to be an invaluable and irreplaceable asset to the monarchy, enhancing its soft power and public image on multiple fronts. A prime illustration of this was evident during the most recent high-profile royal visit to Canada, where King Charles delivered a historic and symbolically significant speech directly from the throne. Behind the scenes, Catherine's pivotal role in coordinating the overall messaging, logistics, and public relations strategy was instrumental in ensuring that the visit not only proceeded smoothly, but also deeply resonated with the Canadian populace, particularly amid the heightened political tensions stirred by external comments on sovereignty issues. Furthermore, Catherine's influence extends well beyond the realm of mere public relations and event management. She has been a driving force in fundamentally modernizing the monarchy's approaches and policies on critical contemporary issues such as mental health awareness and support, environmental sustainability and climate action, and meaningful engagement with youth and younger generations who represent the future demographic of the nation. Her flagship initiatives, including the innovative Earthshot Prize Environmental Award program developed in close partnership with Prince William, have successfully positioned the royal family as proactive, forward-thinking leaders who are attuned to global challenges and committed to positive change, thereby bolstering the institution's relevance in an increasingly skeptical world. Insiders close to the king reveal that Charles perceives Catherine not just as a capable advisor, but as the essential bridge connecting the monarchy to a new generation of subjects. One who is uniquely equipped to preserve and protect the institution's enduring relevance and appeal in an era dominated by widespread skepticism and questioning of traditional establishments and hierarchies. As one knowledgeable source emphatically noted, she is not simply managing day-to-day events or appearances, she is actively shaping and defining the very soul and ethos of the monarchy for the 21st century and beyond. For King Charles personally, this landmark announcement carries layers of deep and profound personal significance that go far beyond mere administrative restructuring. His deliberate choice to elevate Catherine to such heights of authority while simultaneously sidelining Camilla reflects a blend of strategic foresight and visionary planning, coupled with a deeply emotional reckoning prompted by his own experiences. Reliable sources indicate that Charles has been profoundly and introspectively affected by his recent health challenges, which have forced him to confront his mortality, reflect on his legacy as monarch, and prioritize the long-term sustainability and future prosperity of the monarchy he holds dear. In handing over significant powers to Catherine, whom he regards with the affection and trust typically reserved for a daughter-like figure, Charles is making a powerful gesture of complete faith, profound admiration, and forward-looking optimism. During a private and confidential meeting held at the elegant Clarence House, Charles is reported to have confided to his closest aides with evident emotion, "Catherine represents the future of our monarchy. She embodies the perfect combination of heart, compassion, and sharp intellectual mind needed to lead us confidently forward into uncharted territories." This decision has naturally stirred a range of emotions within the broader royal family circle, evoking both excitement and some underlying tensions. Prince William, Catherine's devoted husband and the direct heir apparent to the throne, is said to be wholeheartedly supportive of her expanded role, viewing it as a natural and complementary extension of his own ongoing preparations for eventual kingship, strengthening their united front. Their enduring partnership, firmly rooted in mutual respect, shared values, and deep love, has long served as a stabilizing and anchoring force for the entire monarchy, providing continuity amid change. However, the shift has reportedly generated some palpable tension and unease within Queen Camilla's inner circle of loyal advisors and friends, who feel that her substantial contributions and years of service have been unfairly overshadowed, diminished, or even erased in the public narrative. Despite these undercurrents, Catherine has proactively taken steps to preserve family harmony and unity, personally reaching out to Camilla through private conversations and gestures to reassure her and facilitate a smooth, respectful transition process that minimizes conflict. The response from the general public to this bombshell announcement has been nothing short of electric and charged with energy, as social media platforms and online forums have exploded with a torrent of commentary, opinions, debates, and reactions from all corners of society. A large swath of Britons enthusiastically view Catherine's elevation as a much-needed and refreshing change that injects vitality into the monarchy, praising her inherent warmth, genuine relatability, and approachable demeanor that make her feel like one of their own. As one enthusiastic commenter eloquently posted on the platform X, formerly Twitter, "She's the people's princess in every possible sense, a true beacon of hope and inspiration for our times." On the flip side, a notable segment of the public has raised questions about the precise timing of the move, speculating whether it might be a direct reaction to mounting external pressures, such as President Trump's provocative and inflammatory rhetoric on international matters, or perhaps to unresolved internal dynamics and power struggles within the royal household itself. In Canada, the site of Charles and Camilla's recent official visit, the news has been greeted with a mixture of intrigue, fascination, and thoughtful analysis, with some observers speculating that Catherine's heightened influence could play a key role in strengthening and reinvigorating ties within the Commonwealth, fostering deeper connections and mutual understanding. On a broader global scale, the announcement has ignited widespread discussions and intellectual debates about the ongoing evolution and adaptation of monarchies in the modern world. Political analysts and commentators based in the United States and various European nations interpret Catherine's expanded role as a shrewd and strategic countermeasure to rising populist sentiments and anti-establishment movements, effectively repositioning the royal family as a unifying, stabilizing, and symbolically important force in an increasingly fragmented international landscape. Her well-developed diplomatic skills, meticulously honed and refined through countless years of participating in high-stakes international tours, state visits, and bilateral engagements, are widely regarded as absolutely critical assets in navigating the complexities of an era marked by geopolitical uncertainty, shifting alliances, and unpredictable global events. Meanwhile, the significant reduction in Queen Camilla's role has elicited waves of sympathy and empathy from certain quarters of the media and public, with royal commentators frequently highlighting her remarkable grace, resilience, and poise under intense pressure, as demonstrated during the Canada visit, where she delivered a poignant and heartfelt tribute to the late Queen Elizabeth II through a deeply moving and symbolic gesture that touched many hearts. Catherine's personal journey to this pivotal and historic moment in royal history has been one of gradual yet profound transformation, marked by steady growth and evolution at every stage. From her unassuming early days as a bright and ambitious university student, pursuing her studies to her current stature as a poised and influential global ambassador representing British values abroad, she has consistently defied and exceeded the expectations placed upon her, surprising observers with her adaptability and depth. Her remarkable ability to seamlessly balance the demands of motherhood with her ever-expanding roster of royal duties and personal passions, ranging from philanthropy to advocacy, has endeared her to millions around the world, humanizing the monarchy and making it more accessible. Iconic moments, such as her emotionally charged and candid speech delivered at the 2024 Christmas Carol service, where she spoke openly and vulnerably about themes of resilience, perseverance, and hope in the face of adversity, have firmly cemented her public image as a figure embodying empathy, inner strength, and quiet fortitude. These very qualities, according to multiple insiders with direct knowledge, are precisely what ultimately convinced King Charles to entrust her with such extensive and unprecedented powers, recognizing her as the ideal steward for the monarchy's future. Her preparation for assuming this weighty role has been nothing short of meticulous and comprehensive, involving in-depth study of the monarchy's rich historical precedents, drawing valuable inspiration from legendary figures like Queen Elizabeth II, all while boldly forging her own distinctive path forward that aligns with contemporary needs. Additionally, she has actively sought guidance and mentorship from respected elders and experts, including former Prime Minister Theresa May, who has publicly praised Catherine's instinctive and natural understanding of effective leadership, governance, and public service. Unlike many royals from previous eras who operated in more isolated or hierarchical manners, Catherine's style of influence is deeply rooted in collaboration, teamwork, and inclusivity, as she works hand in hand with Prince William and other key family members to develop and maintain a cohesive, shared vision for the monarchy's direction. This collaborative approach, as emphasized by sources, is what truly sets her apart and positions her as a quintessential modern monarch-in-waiting, ready to lead with innovation and empathy. For Queen Camilla, this abrupt transition to a largely figurehead role represents a stark and jarring departure from her previously active and hands-on involvement in supporting King Charles's reign, where she played a visible and substantive part in various initiatives. Her dedicated work on important societal issues, including advancing literacy programs across the UK and championing efforts to combat domestic violence through awareness campaigns and support services, has rightfully earned her widespread respect and accolades from experts in those fields. However, public perception of her has often been complicated and overshadowed by the lingering shadow of her past, particularly her role in the highly publicized marital difficulties involving Princess Diana, which continue to influence opinions decades later. The palace's decision to curtail her operational role is thus viewed by analysts as a calculated and sensitive move aimed at addressing these persistent public sensitivities head-on, while simultaneously elevating Catherine's profile to capitalize on her untainted and broadly positive image. Camilla's most recent public appearances, such as her engaging visit to the vibrant Bradford City of Culture events, where she interacted warmly with locals and highlighted cultural initiatives, have been met with enthusiastic approval and positive media coverage, demonstrating her enduring charm and commitment. Nevertheless, her influence on behind-the-scenes decisions and policymaking has been deliberately and significantly curtailed to align with the new structural changes. As Catherine formally steps into this groundbreaking and historic role with confidence and determination, the British monarchy stands at the threshold of a future brimming with both exciting opportunities for renewal and inherent uncertainties that come with any major transition. Her proven ability to adeptly navigate a complex array of challenges, from managing intense public expectations and media scrutiny to handling delicate international relations and diplomatic nuances, will undoubtedly be put to the test in the coming months and years. Yet, based on her impressive track record of accomplishments, resilience, and strategic acumen, there is every indication that she is more than equipped and prepared to rise to the occasion, leading the institution with vision and steadiness. Prince William, King Charles, and the wider extended royal family are all aligning themselves firmly behind her leadership, presenting a united and cohesive front to the world that signals stability and shared purpose amid change. The announcement has also inevitably sparked a flurry of speculation and rumour-mongering regarding King Charles's long-term plans and intentions, with some pundits wondering aloud if this could be a precursor to him preparing for a potential abdication in favour of Prince William, thereby accelerating the line of succession. However, official palace sources have been quick to dismiss such notions as entirely premature and unfounded, emphasizing that Charles remains fully committed to his duties as monarch. For Queen Camilla, the road ahead appears less defined and more ambiguous, with her public duties and engagements set to continue as before, albeit within a more constrained framework. Her once prominent influence has been markedly diminished, compelling her to redefine and perhaps rediscover her place and purpose within a monarchy that is undergoing rapid and profound transformation. One irrefutable certainty amid all the speculation and analysis is that Catherine's quiet yet decisive takeover of key responsibilities marks only the beginning of what promises to be a fascinating new chapter, and the entire world remains captivated, eagerly watching to see what innovative steps and bold moves she will make next in shaping the destiny of the British crown.